Hello, welcome to Model Kit Stuff. My name is Jason. It's tool review day today, and today we're looking at the all-new Mobius TG. And here it is. It's a brand new airbrush launched by Gaahleri. First seen in February in the Majestic Snake set. And so far, that's been the only way you've been able to buy into this brand new trigger grip airbrush. And now you can get it as a standalone set. So we're going to take a look at it and see what I think about it. Now I must say at this stage, this has been provided by Gaahleri to me for the purposes of review, on the strict understanding that I can say genuinely what I think about the airbrush, and I'm not held to promoting it. It's just reviewing it. There is a subtle difference. So it comes in lovely packaging that if you've bought from Gaahleri before, you're probably gonna recognize. We've got a top opening box this time, and it tells us here that we've got an airbrush from the premium series. They have a number of different sort of categories of airbrush, if you like. And it tells us that this one is a 5mm needle and fan cap, trigger type dual action. So on the back of the box, we get a full strip down of the airbrush. Most of this components you're never gonna see. So, you know, you've got a very small area that actually ever needs cleaning. Your paint's coming in here and going out there, and that's the only bit you're ever gonna clean. And when I strip this down in a minute, you'll see how easy it is, you know, to keep it clean. All the seals in here, all the O-rings are Teflon, so you can put enamels through here and various other chemicals without any worries. So it's all high quality. When we open the box, take the lid off, we've got a set of spare seals. So far I've never had to use any spare seals in any of my Gaahleri airbrushes. We've got an instruction manual, or quick start guide as they call it. Got a little bit of protective packing foam, and then we've got our airbrush, which comes with a different nozzle. I'll explain that in a minute, and a single paint cup. Now this airbrush comes with a 0.5 needle and is designed to give you medium to extra wide coverage. The extra wide coverage comes from this nifty fan cap. And they have reshaped this fan cap, so if you've already got a swallowtail with a fan cap, this one is even wider. So it does a wider burst. You can see there that it's shaping your spray pattern, and this has a steeper angle on it so that you get a wider spray pattern coming out of the nozzle. So as I say, it comes with two different nozzles. I'll show you how easy it is to change the nozzle. You have a little ring there, and then that slides off. You take your nozzle out. Really easy to take the nozzle out because look at how long that is. So easy to grab it. You've not got something that's minute that you're trying to fish out with tweezers. Nice and easy to grab. Dead easy to swap your Teflon seal if you ever have to. Like I say, I never have. And notice the little grooves in it. So that's Gaahlerie's way of making the paint spray even finer and giving you more control. It gives you a really nice atomization. So it's a really nice experience when you paint with a Gaahleri airbrush. So this is the other nozzle that comes with it. So a standard nozzle, if we put this in like so, and I'm just gonna retract this needle a little bit, line it up there, and it just plops on, it just sits there, and then we put our ring back on. It's simple as that. So this end cap has got a built-in air cap and is giving you a straight nozzle. So if you don't want to do the extra wide fan cap, you get a straight nozzle, which is designed to go with a 5. Now it comes with just one paint cup. This has a mirror finish, can you see on the inside? It's as smooth and as shiny as on the outside, which makes it so easy for cleaning. I mean, when you've finished, the beads of paint just roll down it and you don't have much left in the cup anyway, and then you can flush it out with whatever chemical you need to, and job's done. Now, the paint cup that is supplied with it is quite large. You'd expect that given that this is a 0.5 needle, so it's aimed at doing big jobs and therefore big paint consumption. But as with all Gaahleri airbrushes, they're interchangeable with any of the paint cups. So you could even put the tiniest small paint cup in, like so. And you know, so if you've already got Gaahleri airbrushes with different size paint cups, you can change them if you don't want one quite as big as that for whatever job you're doing. So that's another nice touch from Gaahleri, that they always have interchangeable paint cups. So it looks really nice, but more importantly, it feels really nice. The weighting is good. I mean, it feels solid. It's not a light airbrush, but it's easier to hold because you've got this sort of pistol grip sort of feel. That I've got to say, the handle is really, really comfortable. I've got to be honest, I'm not sure of the gunmetal colour myself. I think something contrasting to the chrome, like this one does, would be nicer, but that's just my personal taste. It's only a colour after all. The important thing is the handle. I mean, you can see how naturally my hand is sitting there, and then you put your hand on the trigger. Now the trigger is redesigned from the swallowtail. It's got a nice curve to it with a rolled edge, so it's nice and comfortable on your finger. It feels really natural. So yeah, that's all nice. And you can see here that your airline is not going to be getting in the way, because it goes in there like so, and it's well out of the way of your hand. It's sitting below your hand, so you've not got any inconvenience of the airline. And it comes with the male part of the quick fit. It comes with the male part of the quick fit already attached, so you're ready to go, interchangeable with your airline. Now when you look at it from an aesthetic point of view, it's clearly a Mobius. It's got that signature cutout that's on all the Mobiuses, with this lovely retro 50s sci-fi knob at the end. I do love the shape of that. I mean, it's so nice. If you turn it on that end, it looks like one of that award-winning retro lemon squeezer from the 50s. Really, really nice. You've got access, more importantly, from a functional point of view, you've got access to the chucking nut, and also this, which adjusts the tension of your spring on your trigger. Now this is a dual action airbrush, which means that first little bit of slack there is getting the air on, and then you're pulling back to mix your paint. So it's just like when you're pressing down to get air and then pulling back to get paint. It's the same thing. The little knob here at the end is to adjust your paint flow. So it's a backstop. So if I take this out a bit, pull that fully back, and then we can tighten that up, and then you can bring that in to make sure that you're not putting out more paint than you want, and it just gives you a bit of control. It allows you to just pull back and without having to worry about holding your finger under tension. You can just pull it back and the stop does all the work, and you can just give it a gentle squeeze and away you go. Very, very comfortable. If you've never had a pistol grip airbrush before, they're very comfortable, and I've been surprised with the swallowtails about how much control I actually have. And in fact, if you hold it like that, you can do some very fine, steady, delicate work with it. Which brings me to this at the front. We've got a little inline Mac, so I can adjust that knob, and that adjusts the amount of paint flow going through there, ratio of air and paint, which means that I can narrow down the paint flow as I go. So let's do a quick strip down for you so you get an idea of how easy this is to clean. To take the body off at the back, just unscrews like on any airbrush, and then you can loosen the chucking nut like so. I've already shown you the ring that you remove there, which takes that off. Take your nozzle cap off, take your nozzle off, push your needle through, pull it out. That's it. That is your airbrush completely stripped. You can get in there easily to clean. You can get in there easily to clean with a little cleaning brush. You'll see there is not much to clean. Because this is sitting right tight in there, so this inner chamber won't be dirty. It's just a little travel area from about there to there, so nothing really for cleaning. That's how easy it is. And then to put it back together and put your nozzle on, put your chosen nozzle cap back on, ring it finger tight only, as always with airbrushes. The needle is self-centering, so you don't have to worry. Once it's in, it naturally goes to where it needs to be. Gentle push, tighten up your chucking nut, put your body back on, away you go. That could not be easier. It really, really couldn't. Simple as that. I mean, it's just lovely. It feels solid, and if you've had a swallowtail before, it does feel like it's a little bit more solid, particularly around the trigger. It's not quite as rattly as it was. So yeah, it does feel nice and comfortable in the hand. So I guess we should have a little play and see how it puts paint down. So we're gonna give the paint, the airbrush, a bit of a challenge. We're gonna put through primer, and I always think primer is the worst thing to put through an airbrush. It sticks to everything, it's horrid. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how it performs with the primer, and then we're gonna have a look at how easy it is to clean the primer out. I'm gonna put a white primer down first, and then I'm gonna put a black primer through as well. So we'll be cleaning it after we've put the black primer through. I'm not planning on doing a colour change particularly. We'll just flush it through and then mix the black primer and chuck that through. So let's see how we get on. So as I said, this is a dual action airbrush. So if you pull back slightly on the trigger, you'll get air and air only. You can hear that. And then you sort of feel a little resistance. You get to a point where you know that's as far back as you can go with just air, and then when you pull back a little bit further, that's when you get your paint. So let's see how we get on. Primer is by far the hardest thing to get off your paint cup, and you can see here I've just rinsed this with water and we've got most of it out. But here where it's had an opportunity to dry a little bit at the top, there's no way the water's going to shift it. So I'm going to put a little bit of airbrush cleaner on a tissue here, and this should just come off because of our mirror finish in the cup. You can see we've got some on the outside as well. And we should be able to just take that off. You can see that's just lifting off nicely. And that mirror finish really helps with our process of cleaning our airbrush. Now, I'm not doing a deep clean and getting the brush into the hole here because we're going to put some black primer through, but that's enough for my colour change. So as I'm airbrushing with this, with the Mac closed up and the stop on, I'm able to get some real control here. And even though this airbrush is designed for doing sort of wider spray patterns and volume of paint, I've been able to do quite a controlled paint job here and just lay it down in the area that I want. So although it's not perfect, it's certainly you know, not as good as if I was using a 0.3 or 0.2 needle. This is a 0.5 needle, and the amount of control I've got is really astonishing. Plus the feedback I'm getting through the trigger is really, really nice. I know exactly where I am. The brush is talking to me as I paint. It's a really nice controlled feeling. I think this is splendid. So there you have it, the brand new Gaahleri Premium Mobius TG with a 0.5 needle. I think it's a lovely airbrush. It works really nice, comfortable to use, lots of possibilities. Obviously, for those modelers that do bigger jobs, so 132 scale aircraft and you've got wings to do, 350 and larger ships where you've got hulls that you want to lay down paint quickly. If you're into staining wooden decks on your wooden model ships, you can do this with a single pass with this. So you've not got to go backwards and forwards with giving you an uneven finish. So there's lots and lots of potential with this new tool. It's clearly a Mobius. It's got the same accents as the rest of the Mobius family, and I think it's a really nice addition to that family. So if, like me, you've really enjoyed the Mobius airbrushes, they are great airbrushes. I think this is the perfect addition to that family, and I'm looking forward to getting to use mine a little bit more. So thank you very much for looking in. I hope that was useful and interesting. If you'd like to have a closer look at this or any other of the Gaahleri airbrushes, please use my link. You'll find it in the text underneath. That'll make sure you're getting the latest offers and deals. And don't forget my 10% discount code, which you can also use at the checkout on top of any other offers that may be on the website. So thank you very much for looking in. Until the next time I see you, you enjoy your modelling. Bye for now.